Good Shabbos. I come to you today from isolation, as we're not able to be with you and to be in shul and to daven and learn with others as going through COVID. The first couple of nights were particularly difficult, getting better, not there yet. But other than that, I have to be in isolation in any event until Monday. If I feel better then I can come back. I'm looking forward to it because it is so important to be part of community. And there's a nice little hint to that in the Parsha. We read that Yisro came and joined the Jewish people. Yishma Yisro heard everything that Hashem did to the Jewish people, took him out of Egypt, and he came and he joined. Rashi brings what in particular, what in particular did Yisro hear that brought him to come to the Jewish people? Now the Talmud asks this question, and the Talmud brings three opinions. One says he saw the splitting of the sea. He heard about the splitting of the sea. Wow, splitting of the sea. He came to the Jewish people. Another said he heard about the giving of the Torah. Even though it's written before the giving of the Torah, giving of the Torah is only written about later in the Parsha. But according to some opinions, Yisro came after the giving of the Torah, and we know the general rule there. The Torah is not necessarily chronologically ordered. And the third opinion is he heard about the war with Amalek, and that made him come. Rashi brings two out of the three. What did he hear? Kriyas Yamsuf and Mechemes Amalek, the war with the splitting of the sea and the war with Amalek. So one of the homiletic ways of interpreting this statement is that, of course, the splitting of the sea is the most remarkable experience that one could ever have. On a spiritual level, on a revelation of godliness, what could be more godly revelation than the splitting of the sea? Something that's totally against the laws of nature, and you actually see it or hear it. It's in front of you. You see this remarkable miracle right in front of your eyes, and it's like God giving you a stamp and saying, "Here I am." It is clear. Have no doubts about it. I am present. I am present in your life. I'm here for you. I could support you. I could take care of you. Just listen to what I'm telling you. And then you have the war of Amalek. What does the war of Amalek represent? Amalek, we know, is the same numeric value as Suffolk, doubt. Amalek came to sow doubt. The Medrash Gel tells us the analogy of a hot bath that everyone is afraid to get near. And one guy jumps in, and even though he got burned, he cools it off for everyone else. It's not as out of the question anymore. This guy did it. He burnt himself, but he did it. And so it is Amalek, by fighting the Jewish people, the invincibility that the Jews had at that time, it cooled it off. It created doubt. So Yisro, what made him come to the Jewish people? He says, when there is the splitting of the sea, the most remarkable experience of divine revelation. And nevertheless, there could be the coming of Amalek. There could be doubt after having such an incredible revelation. I need to come join them, because that's something that keeps you warm and keeps you inspired. It is really a story of life. I know people who had the hand of God in their life in the most obvious way. We see Hashem helping us and guiding us, being there for us. And at the time we say, Baruch Hashem, thank you. And we really are inspired for a while. But human nature is such that even though we have incredible divine revelation sometimes, and we can see the hand of God in our life, nevertheless, we could also have the doubts of Amalek creep into our minds. And so when we are alone, when we try to deal with this on our own, then regardless of whatever revelation we had, we can easily have this, doubts can easily be sown into us. But when we're in a community, that's when we're strengthened. We strengthen each other. So Yisro felt that he had to come be part of the Jewish people, because being part of the Jewish people will strengthen you, that the Amaleks don't have an effect in you. It's not only being part of the Jewish people, it's also having a Rebbe. Also, you need to come to Moshe. When do you come to Moshe Rabbeinu? When you see that on your own, you could be witness to the greatest miracles, but yet have doubts. You need Moshe, because Moshe is the one who helps you with your faith. The Emunah, he shepherds faith. He brings out within you the belief in Hashem in a way that you do not get affected by the coldness and the doubts of Amalek. So each one of us, we have temptations now because some of us are afraid, or some of us might be an excuse to be. Obviously, we have to be in isolation when we're sick. That's the rules. That's what we have to do. But when we're not, anyone who's going anywhere, if you're stuck at home and you stay there, that's your choice and you have good reason for it. But if one is going out and going here and there and chooses to go everywhere other than Shul, well, maybe we need it, because we need the strength that we warm each other up, and we keep ourselves inspired, and to strengthen our connection to the Rebbe by learning his teachings and his guidance. That takes away the doubts of Amalek and keeps us as inspired Jews. I wish you a good Shabbos, and I hope to see you in person next week.